What's going down, guys? TK coming at you a little bit excited because sometimes you're lucky enough to get in a position to take advantage of some of your hard work. You know, I study a lot. I try to immerse myself in what's next because I learned a long time ago, and it became clear to me recently that the people who position themselves in what's coming put themselves in the wealth transfer of the process of whatever that coming is. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, if you get ahead of technology and you position yourself in the right area before it becomes well known, then you become a part of the money system within that new area. So what's next? That's what you have to ask yourself. You know, everyone who's a billionaire is a billionaire because of the fact that they were ahead of technology. They figured out what would provide ease of use and convenience to the marketplace. And then they talked about it before anybody else even thought about it. So that's what you have to ask yourself as an entrepreneur, is what's next? And right now, based on the studying and the immersion that I do, I feel like that I'm finally in the right place at the right time, because it's all about timing and positioning. And you have to be one of those forward-thinking guys, that's capable of saying, you know what, I'm going to participate in this right now. And I'm going to align myself financially with this before anyone else. But honestly, I'm happy because sometimes you run into something that's just efficient. It's something that makes sense. It's something that adds value to the marketplace. It's something that has unlimited potential. So what I'm referring to, very few people know about. If you're not a enthusiast in the core dev community, then you have no clue. So I know this is still ground floor, and I know that it's a revolutionary technology. This is what's called a disruptive technology. Disruptive technologies have the potential to change the marketplace because of how much value they bring to the end user. And when you talk about cryptocurrencies, because I'm coming at you from a cryptocurrency standpoint, cryptography is the concept of mathematically expressing anything that you want in a digital space. A lot of people don't understand and just are not taught that mathematics is the nature's way of expressing everything. So if you can mathematically express something, you can code it in a digital space. So anyway, that's a synopsis of cryptography. So you take the cryptography encryption, and then you include that encryption technology to express varied things, and then you encapsulate that expression within a distributed network of other people who are reading the same information. So what it becomes in the future is a virtual machine or a supercomputer that is completely on a public distributed network. So that is exciting. That is mind-boggling. That right there is like, oh my God. So the question you have to ask yourself is, how do you pre-position yourself, and how do you participate now? Well, right now you have the option to participate as a miner, and then the next step to go from mining would definitely be to create distributed apps and place it on the distributed node network. So think about what type of apps you can design within the distributed node network. I mean, my mind is racing like 1,000 times over. Like, who's the first person to put a distributed app on a private, or I should say a worldwide distributed network? So what kind of dApp can you design? And what platform do you want to innovate with? You know, this is like a Picasso's ability to paint, but to do it on Facebook and broadcast it live. I mean, that's a interesting analogy and comparison, but hopefully those are relative things that you already are familiar with, and then you can cross-relate that to this new concept of a mathematical expression on a public distributed network, and then building applications to put on that network for any form of expression. So, all right, I'm gonna participate in cryptocurrency. I'm going to do it in Bitcoin 3.0, because you had legacy Bitcoin, which some people call 1.0, which is a public ledger, and a public ledger designed to express a form of value from one person to another. And then you have Bitcoin 2.0, which is X.11 cryptography, basically saying that I'm going to express a point of value from one person to another, but it's more flexible in terms of the code. Now you have Bitcoin 3.0, and Bitcoin 3.0 essentially is a cryptography platform that can be built on, and the limitation to what you can build on this platform is totally based on your innovation, your creativity. So that to me is the most exciting thing that has ever been created, and I think it's going to revolutionize the internet the same way Bitcoin revolutionized fiat money. So only thing you have to ask yourself is, what's next? And how do I participate in front of that wave to ride it into the beach? And then finally, what is the limit to your creativity? What kind of dApp do you want to create? What dApp provides the most value to the end user? I'm already thinking about things that I don't even want to give away because I want to be the first to innovate it. But I thought about this a long time ago. I said, why is it that someone cannot participate in a brick and mortar but do it through cryptocurrency? So you have applied merchants that participate in a cryptocurrency merchant network. The same way you have merchant accounts within fiat, now you have merchants accounts within cryptography. And customers interface with that merchant through their chosen form of cryptocurrency. So some people are behind the power curve. Some people are not even realizing that the power curve has happened. And you know, there's a term in nature, and I'll put this out there, and they say that the weak deserve, or the weak become casualties because of nature's cycle. So in other words, in nature, the weak die, and it's a purposeful death because it's the way nature eliminates what's not strong enough to survive, what's not strong enough to be a part of the system. So maybe in the human sphere, people need to suffer the same consequence, because again, there's some people that don't know that there is a power curve. There's others that don't even know that the curve has happened. And then there are those who will basically just be left behind altogether, right? So I used to do, and I'm still doing, a lot of educational videos on why you should participate in cryptocurrency, why you should diversify, what the advantages of diversification in a decentralized monetary system give you, why it's advantageous to pre-position yourself. I'm talking to kids in preschool about the reasons why they should eat vegetables, and the kids are like, I don't like vegetables, I don't care that they're beneficial for me, and I'm just gonna stick to candy, you know. And the thought process is, okay, kids don't know better, so make them eat their vegetables, right? And that's the higher stance to take. The higher stance to take is, you know, this is advantageous, this is beneficial, this will unlock financial freedom, this will financially empower you, this will give you a higher form of currency, this will allow you to step away from centralized authority control measures. I mean, the list goes on, right? So that's the purpose for constantly trying to teach people. But at this point, the power curve has happened, and it's happened to the point where maybe I need to focus on protecting me, saving me, and positioning myself. You know, why am I wasting my time trying to teach an idiot who's probably needs to fail by the fact that they don't have cryptocurrency, that they don't have gold currency? I mean, if you're not smart enough to realize that the paradigm shift has happened in the global economy, and that the fiat system that you only think is a god is not only being dethroned, but it is transitioning out, then maybe you deserve to go out with the trash. Maybe you deserve to fail with fiat. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Till next time.